Paul Gillin here at the Partnerworld Leadership Conference 2013 in Las Vegas with Gary Swale, Director of Business Development at Knowledge Dimension out of South Africa. And Gary, I understand that you have adopted social business in a unique way with an initiative called Close the Gap. Why don't you tell us about that?
Hi Paul, nice to be here. In January 2011, we were fortunate enough to be at Lotusphere when Sandy Carter first coined the phrase social business from an IBM perspective. It was all about becoming more nimble, more transparent and more engaged. This resonated with us and we decided to come along for the ride. So 12 months later, this had matured into a best practice methodology called the Social Agenda. And 12 months after that, just last month, it now includes a 10-step adoption process based on IBM's best practice. We've incorporated all those tools into our offerings and about helping people to become social businesses. So Close the Gap was all about raising the awareness and education around social business. What does it mean? What is the gap from both a leadership as well as a technology perspective? And over the last 2 years, we've been through a process of establishing an electronic platform, running a series of events, a conference, launching social business with Sandy in Johannesburg. And it's taken us to the stage now where we are engaging with customers and we've got a healthy pipeline.
Well, now, social business itself, people have different definitions of it. As one who helps customers become social businesses, how do you define it?
To me, it's a smarter way of working. So it's from an employee perspective, it's being able to contribute and collaborate with people inside the organization. People that have got things in common with me, whether it's a role or whether it's somewhere that we work, so that I can become more responsive and smarter in the way that I act, so that we can flatten the hierarchies and shorten the decision making period, so that we can just be smarter and quicker.
Well, now, as your companies, the companies you work with, adopt social business, how do you see it changing the relationships they have with their customers and their suppliers?
Well, it's all about responsiveness. The word nimble is the one which I really like. It's about thinking and acting quicker. You don't have the luxury of sending emails and waiting for responses anymore. The olden times, maybe last year or the year before, sending an email and so with that email giving away the responsibility. So rather staying in this environment of being social, and that's the way new people that are joining the workforce want to act. They want to deal in that way. They want to work the same way at the office that they do in their personal lives.
And what benefits do you see your customers enjoying as they make this migration?
Well, it's all about speed. So people can innovate better. They can improve their processes. They can bring products to market quicker. They can respond to customer needs quicker. All about speed.
Now, Gary, you are a South African-based company, and I would imagine social media or social networking is used in a somewhat different context there. How are South African companies different?
Well, it's interesting. If you look at the public social media, so essentially LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, South Africa, as a percentage adoption versus total internet users, is one of the highest in the world, probably in the top 3 or top 4. And I think it's the reason for that is because we have in South Africa, I was born in England, I'm a South African with a funny accent, and I think it's because South Africa is a nation of storytellers, and I think social media is maybe a way of helping people to tell stories differently and quicker than they have done in the past. So I think the adoption we're probably a year to 2 years behind what's happening from a technology perspective here in the US, but there's no doubt in my mind that the uptake in social, whether it's in social business or social media, in South Africa will be as quick as anything that's happening anywhere in the world.
That's a great story. Gary, thanks for joining us today.
That's a pleasure, Paul. Thank you very much.